Sergeant? What's wrong?
Can I carry that bag to the gate for you, Captain?
It's Lieutenant now. Doesn't matter. Tomorrow, I'm a civilian.
You'll always be the captain, sir.
Thanks.
What will you do now? If you don't mind my asking, where will you go?
I don't know. Someplace where whatever I'm doing it for myself.
Random House Audio Publishing and LouisL'Amour.com present Louis L'Amour's The Diamond of Jeru. Were they dreams or memories? There were times when Mike Kardak could not tell the difference. By night, his soul wandered.
Stay below the ridgeline, understand?
A village on a bare Korean hilltop. A leaden sky.
Tell him to go, tell him to go.
Geysers of mud and snow. A sense of loss and failure so acute, it was like cancer growing in his throat, taking his life inch by fraction of an inch. Through the bloody snows of Korea, the prison-like halls of the Veterans Hospital, the fateful decisions made by faceless officers.
Lieutenant now.
You'll always be the captain, sir.
A career lost, and with it, all thought of home or community. There were no answers to be found in the States, no escape or redemption. But there had been a freighter, outward bound to places with no recollection of one Marine or his insignificant war. Borneo came up over the horizon, a mirage of fantastically rugged mountains quickly obscured by ghosts of rain. Colonial-era towns clinging to the coast, shafts of sunlight cutting through the trees, solid as a slanting bar of glass. Rivers, the veins of the island, leading him deep into the unknown. In his dreams, the river was an avalanche of roaring water. A boulder-strewn rapid hundreds of yards long, where rocks thrust out like broken teeth. Whirlpools gaped and snags of giant tree trunks threatened to turn the canoe into shattered fragments of kindling. Somewhere, though, in a place closer to the waking world, Mike Kardak knew that it hadn't been like that at all. It had been a middle-sized rapid. The rocks were low and the eddies manageable. It was malaria that caused the wreck on the Barham River. Malaria and the damn fool luck that had brought him the biggest diamond strike of his life, just after he ran out of quinine.
Stop! Crap!
Lunging forward, he tore open his pack, grasping for the box that held the stones.
Come on!
He felt himself falling, tumbling in the thick, rushing green and white. The sky flashed through his vision. The rocky bottom beckoned. Then the river spat him out. A newborn, crying, struggling for air. In the dream, he can see himself lying, half submerged among the rocks and driftwood. In his outstretched hand is an old Dutch cigarette tin, its cover open, the water swirling his diamonds, washing over them, washing them away, returning them to the river from which they had come. Much later, a shadow fell across his body. A young tribesman, a boy in his late teens wearing a loincloth and vine leggings, looked down at this strange being washed up amidst the debris of his canoe. He poked Kardak with the butt of his spear, wondering if this odd white man might be dead. And with that poke, Kardak, the Kardak who now dreams, found himself lying in a Kelabit longhouse, a huge structure of wood and thatch, with sunlight blasting through every gap in its walls.
This man? Ghosts. Hentu. They follow him. Long time. It has been long time since I make magic. Oba. I must be careful.
There was a burning in his shoulder, and he remembered being covered with sweat, but icy cold. Inghai, an old rhinoceros hunter and the grandfather of Raj, the young man who had found him, worked to place a tattoo over his heart. The old man exhaled on the needle, breathing his life into the tattoo.
Datuk, dia bagaimana?
I cannot save him, Raj. But luck will follow this path.
Inghai touched the spiral design he was creating. Mike Kardak, a man born to hard times in the Dust Bowl of the American Depression, lay on a reed mat somewhere in the interior of Sarawak, on the island of Borneo. He rode a line between life and death, pulled toward the darkness by malaria, exhaustion, and the battering of the river. By his head sat a pyramid of 13 human skulls, and in the smoky shadows a man and a boy waited. A man who was now bound to him by the intricate markings he was tracing on Kardak's chest, balancing in some ironic way an older tattoo on Kardak's right shoulder, a memento of the war in Korea, a blur of fading blue ink. Semper Fidelis.
If the Atto are willing, Englishman, your soul, it will come back.
What?
Come, Mike. Wake up, we have to go.
It had been over a year since Kardak had returned to Marudi, brought downriver by Raj in a dugout canoe. He had still been recovering, and Raj had never gone home.
All right.
Wake up.
Jeez, Roz, just give me a stinking minute.
Mike Kardak pulled on his pants. He grabbed his shirt, shoes, and hard hat from a chair and looked around. He was safe, back in a dead-end room in a dilapidated bungalow, alongside a rutted road to nowhere. Before leaving, he knocked back a mouthful of whiskey, starting another day of another week somewhere in the endless equatorial summer of 1955. Following the attack on Pearl Harbor, the fleets of Imperial Japan had steamed southward to control the rich oil fields at Miri, Tarakan, Brunei, and Balikpapan. In a way, it was Japan's greed for Borneo oil that started the Greater War in the Pacific. That war had been over for 10 years, but wells sunk in North Borneo were still bringing up high-quality crude in almost unlimited quantities. Exploratory fields drifted inland, and it was in one of these, not far from Marudi on the Barham River, where Mike Kardak, once a diamond hunter, once captain of B Company, 1st Battalion, 5th Marines, now spent his days.
Round started at 23:15.
All right, carry on.
The rig on hole 7 was the same as most of the new wells, a triple. A derrick 100 feet tall that could raise or lower 3 27-foot lengths of drilling pipe at a time. Late last night, the previous shift had worn out a bit and started pulling up the pipe string to replace it.
All right, let's have another.
The driller brought the hoist to a stop. Raj and Mike moved in, opening a joint in the pipe. With the help of the derrick hand at the top of the tower, they manhandled the pipe into the slats and attached the hoist to the stub of the next section at their feet. Maddox, the supervisor, climbed up onto the deck, tapping a pencil against his clipboard.
Hey, Mike, how many sections you got there?
33.
Kardak wiped his forehead.
Hey, you, got any second shifts this week?
Might have one.
I'll take it. I'll take whatever you got.
Mate, you get hurt, I lose production. One shift, right?
Thanks.
Look, take it tonight. There's pumps going in at Mountain Camp. They need 2, so bring the diet kit.
Right. All right. Hey, Ross, you ready?
Always ready, Mike.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?